All right, I haven't done a makeup anything for a long time, and I'm not really sure why, but I don't know, that's life. But today I received my Il Makiage package in the mail. I've seen it all over Instagram, and probably any makeup junkie has seen it as well. So I took that little test and waited for the package to arrive, and it actually only took a couple days, so I was really surprised by that. But I did get it today. I ran to my mailbox and I picked it up and I opened it, and I thought, hey, I should do a video because I'm just a regular person. I am not paid by anybody to do anything, so I am going to review it. I'm going to talk about it. And I did work in prestige cosmetics for 13 years, and I did have my own makeup company in Denver for a while before I moved to New Mexico. So I've missed the industry. I do love makeup, I do. And today I did a really natural look because I had a migraine and I needed to go to Walmart, and I don't know, I broke out a lot this month and I wanted to cover it up. So anyway, that's another story for another time. But now I am going to take off what I have and I am going to try out the products here. Right now I use the Clinique Even Better Serum Foundation. It looks like a little egg. I like it. It covers really well. My skin tends to like it. My skin type, I will tell you, it is oily and acne prone. So when I was taking the test, you know, I just answered all the questions and they gave me this formula. So of course, a foundation is going to depend on the kind of coverage you want, your skin type, all of that kind of stuff. So what I'm using today is based on my answers to this quiz that they have online. Yours is probably going to be different than mine, but that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I haven't used this before, so you know, all their marketing and everything is that they get your color match right, formula, blah blah blah. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to remove what I have on my face and you'll get to see the discoloration and everything. This camera is on my phone. This is natural light coming through my window and no filters. So let's just be brutally honest, okay? Let's just be real about everything. So here we go. So I have the makeup wipes from Kirkland, and it doesn't break me out. I feel like the Neutrogena ones, my skin doesn't like it as much. So yay Costco. Okay, so I have my mirror like right here, so you might see me looking off to the side. But I love these makeup wipes. So I do have hormonal acne. This stage in my life, I am 38 years old. I have had acne problems since 9th grade, so thanks genetics. But the one good thing about oily skin is that I don't have as many wrinkles as other people. So you can see that I do have some discoloration here. I got a massive pimple this month right there. So you can see my discoloration. My skin is sensitive, so it's gonna turn red because I'm rubbing it. But it's okay. It is okay. So let's see, we're just gonna make sure I have everything off of my face. Dry. I do have jojoba oil. I buy this off Amazon. My skin loves it. And yes, I'm oily, but jojoba oil is great. Too much pumped up, so I always put some on my tattoo to make it healthy. My dog is barking at me, Serafina, let him outside, please. So you can see that my face gets red when I rub it, but it's just my face. It's okay. It'll get better. All right, so now for the product. This is the box that it came in. Super cute. I do like their packaging. I love black and white. So there's this little card in here. 75% of women get foundation wrong, get yours right. When I was in the industry, color and formula color was the #1 reason why women returned their foundation. Formula was the second. When I was in the industry, it was a woman, if they found a foundation they loved, they stuck with it for 10 years. So it's the #1 loyalty building product for a makeup brand. So I'm not necessarily in the market for a new foundation. It's just I was interested to see what this was all about. And if it is a game changer like the marketing depicts it to be, then maybe I'll change. I don't know. We'll find out. Now in the box, I did get this, which I don't remember ordering in my box, to try before you buy. It's a liquid liner called Black Card. I'm not going to use it. I don't use liquid liner, so this is going to remain unopened. This is the concealer that I got, and we will see how that goes. I'm going to open it. I haven't opened any of these boxes yet. So you can see the color here, and packaging is cute. I was interested in their primer. A lot of times I'm hesitant to try primer because of breakout, so we will see. The packaging is kind of cute. It's sparkly. It has those facets, so that's cute at least. I will use this on half of my face. And then the packaging for the foundation is cute. Black and white. It's luxurious. It does have some stickers on it, so I'm just going to peel that off. And oh, there's one on the other side too. One on the other side. So let's peel that off. So it opens here. And the formula that they picked for me was After Party. Full coverage foundation. So it says, if needed, pump and squeeze tube simultaneously to reach air. So we'll see. I live at 7,000 feet, so we'll see if this just like squirts everywhere. So yeah, full coverage. What I do know about full coverage is that the color has to be on because it is full coverage. You can get away with a couple shades here and a couple shades there if it's sheer coverage. So the more coverage you have, the more the color has to be spot on. So this will be a great test to see if the color is right. I am more fair than I look, and I am pink. I have pink undertones, so sometimes that's hard for me to find because a lot of things look too yellow on me, even though I don't necessarily look pink or look really fair. I am. And so anyway, so this is a foundation. They picked shade 40 for me, so we'll see how that goes. So that was everything in the box. I mean, it does have directions if you want to do a return or anything like that. So we'll see, I guess. So I'm gonna put the empty boxes in there, and the eyeliner. I'm not sure why they sent an eyeliner. I don't remember asking for an eyeliner, but whatever. Okay, so my skin is prepped. I don't use any other moisturizer. My skin doesn't need it. It will break out. So the jojoba oil is great for me. Super cheap on Amazon. So you don't have to spend an arm and a leg for a moisturizer, okay? Or exfoliator or cleanser. But I do love the Clinique clarifying lotion, so I will never give that exfoliator up. I use number 3 because I'm oily, but I will never give that exfoliator. It is lovely. So let's get down to it. The primer. So like I said, I'm only gonna do this on half of my face because I want to see the difference between primer and no primer, because people ask all the time. So gotta get the product out there. I usually apply primer with my fingers, so I gotta get the product out of here first of all. So it's gotta come up through the pump. So here we go, 1 full pump. Let's see how far that goes. So far the texture feels a little different than like some silicone primers. I should see what the ingredients are, because this is spreading really nicely too. So 1 pump is more than enough for half my face. I still have some left over, just a little bit, so I'm gonna wipe that on my leg. But it feels light, smooth. It's not as heavy as Smashbox's primer. I mean, Smashbox has a lot of primer, but that's the one that I have. So I don't know if you can necessarily see a difference in my pore. I mean, yeah, you can see a difference in my pores on each side. Especially right here, you can see the difference. But I'm gonna put the foundation on. I like to use a brush for my foundation. I like this Clinique brush. I don't know if they still sell it or not. It's kind of old, but it's like I don't know what it's called. I just know it's old. Anyway, so let's go ahead, try this foundation color. They say like 1 pump for your whole face, so I might waste some product. I will, no, we'll see. I'm doing my whole face with foundation. I just did half of my face with primer, so I gotta get this going. So it's not a tube, so it's not spewing out because of my elevation, so that's good. So I just gotta get the pump going here. I like to put foundation on the back of my hand so I can gather a little bit at a time. So it is taking a little bit for the foundation to come out. There we go. I have a whole pump right there. So let's see this color. I'm gathering a little bit on my brush right there to see how far it goes. You can see discoloration. So I usually start where I have the most discoloration and go to the least discoloration. So I usually start here and work up here and the least amount on my forehead, because I think my forehead is pretty evenly toned. So let's go ahead and dab and buff. So the coverage is really nice so far. It feels lightweight, which is nice, especially with oily skin. You don't want it to feel heavy. And my forehead's a little darker, so it's probably gonna make my forehead a little lighter, but that's okay. You can always add bronzer and blush, of course. Especially with full coverage, it doesn't matter how dark of a skin tone you are. If you are a deep skin tone and you put on a full coverage foundation, you're gonna look pale because it's taking out all the natural color. So far that is covering up everything I want to cover up. I do have some dry skin. That's a different issue. That has nothing to do with the foundation. So that's really nice. Now that is with the primer on the side. I didn't have to use a lot of foundation. You can see that it took away the redness and discoloration from my acne. Of course the texture is still there. Skin naturally has texture, but especially with acne, that's just how it is. So yeah, so I'm really happy with this color. It looks like it blends nicely, so we'll let it sit and see how that goes. I probably could add a little bit here, but I'm gonna use that for the concealer. But the initial first bit, I went all the way down here, so it spread really nicely. Again, this is the side that I put the primer on. This does not have any primer, so I have about half a pump left. So let's see how far that goes on the non-primer side. Again, I'm gonna start down here because I have the most discoloration and work my way up here. So I'm getting a little bit on my brush. I'm gonna look in my mirror here. I'm gonna start buffing the color, buffing the foundation out. Gathering a little bit more here. So I will say that I am using way more product on the side that does not have primer on it, and that is typical. I don't have enough to go up onto my forehead. It is all gone. Here I can see, like, I'm sure I probably have enough for my forehead, because I don't use a lot of color, a lot of product on my forehead. But like, I mean, it looks okay in the camera, but like in the mirror, I feel like I'd want to put a little bit more on my jawline. So I'm gonna squirt out just a little bit more, scoop it up, and I'm gonna push it in. So the more you stipple your product in, the more coverage you're gonna get. Yeah, so I definitely so I definitely feel the primer made a difference in how much product I used. Now, the thing that I can't do on this video is talk about the wear of the product, or if it breaks me out or not, because it's just not enough time. So, but it did allow me to use less product. Now, the way that it looks on my skin, I feel like the side with the primer is definitely better. in my opinion, for sure. Smoother. You can see here, I would add more product here too. So I got a better result from using the primer. Now it is 2 products, right? I don't remember the price. If you use more foundation or more primer, I would say that it's probably better to use less foundation. So a primer and a foundation to get the same result with like 2 pumps of foundation. That would be more on your skin and heavier. So like if you're doing 2 products, I mean, it's either you're gonna go through your foundation twice as fast or you have 2 products on your skin. I think you're gonna look more natural with a primer and less foundation than more foundation with no primer. So, but anyway, so let's try out the concealer. I'm gonna do that under eye here. I'm gonna come out here a little bit down here. I'm just using a light hand here. I don't feel like I need it anywhere else. So the concealer coverage so far looks nice and matching. I'm going down here. The concealer, I think, is more of a medium coverage, but it's nice. It looks nice. I didn't notice a drastic difference with the concealer versus on the primed side versus the non-primed side, but I can see it in my eyes. So here versus here. But overall, I think it looks nice. So, I mean, I do look a little pale right now because of the coverage. I took out the natural color of my face. I'm gonna wipe off the foundation that got on my lips here. So this is what it looks like. This is natural light from my window, no filter. So you can see here and here, it looks really, the color looks really nice. This is the primed side. This is the non-primed side. I think you can tell the biggest difference between the prime and non-primed, like here. I think you can see the best, like right here. Like you can see that it covered my pores. There's just a little bit more texture here. My nose, this side versus this side. So, I mean, there is a difference. I do not have any bronzer or blush on at all. So I'm just purely looking at coverage and color. It's really nice. I think the color is great. I think they matched my color nicely. So that is awesome. So just answer their questionnaire honestly, and I think you'll end up with a good color. Now, feel free to message me if you have questions. Again, I don't get paid by anybody to do anything about the beauty industry. So I will put my Instagram handle in the description if you want to follow me on Instagram. I don't have a lot of beauty things on Instagram. My earlier posts, you'll definitely see more makeup. Just pictures of what I've done to myself and headshots and videos or like music videos that I've done. But My most recent posts have nothing to do with makeup. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, cool. But I just wanted to put like an honest review out there because everything is sponsored these days and you can't trust anybody. I'm like, if it says sponsored, I'm going to say no. I don't trust what you have to say because they're paying you for it. So of course it's going to be a good review, right? So, influencers these days aren't really influencers anymore, in my opinion, because they get paid by companies to say good things about them. So I'm just your average Joe, and these are my honest thoughts. So let's be brutally honest. All right, bye.